What's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday and welcome into Royal Bettors. We got a three-game NHL card to break down for you today. Jaric and Jake hanging out with you as always. If you like what you hear, be sure to follow the show on Twitter at Royal Bettors. Us individually at Jaric_rubel11, at JakeElder19. Subscribe to this YouTube channel, give us a like on the video, and interact with us. Let us know what you think's going on around the league, your opinions, and yeah, let's just have fun. We're about a month and a half into the hockey season here, and we're not even really a month into the hockey season if you think about it. They didn't start in early October. So still chugging along here. 3 games to talk about on this Wednesday. Yesterday I went 5-3. Lost a couple on Tampa Bay in overtime, the Jets in overtime, and then LA didn't get that reverse puck line done. And I kind of forced that on there.
Yeah. I went 3-5-1. It was not the best day.
Vegas bailed you out.
Yeah, Vegas bailed, and especially, most of my money was on Vegas. They were my favorite bet of the night, so that helped
You
my.
got lucky, man. This guy I follow, Clown Man. He was on the Kraken. This man, that was the only lost like twice on the NHL this year. I was like, oof.
Nah, man. I'm gonna stick with my strategies. I think I don't know. I said it the other day to somebody. I think it was the other Jake. Yeah, he really likes the Kraken. I was like, oh, the Kraken can beat offensive teams, but it seems like they can't beat defensive teams. And so I stuck with that. And the fact that Vegas is more of a beat you down type team, not just a play offensive. Like they Kraken and beat the Oilers and. I don't know. I was just looking at all their matchups. They tend to beat teams that fit more of an offensive team. But yeah, I also lost that Tampa and the Jets games in overtime. Jets regulation obviously didn't hit for that fact, and then my under 6 in Boston came through somehow. It was like 3-2 going into the third. I was like, all right, probably not a winner, but pulled through. Other than that,
Yeah, I had the Detroit team total over. Was the parlay Ducks and Kings plus 1.5 that hit. The Kings money line hit. The over first period in Vegas, Seattle, and then the over 5.5 in that game came through. So I had a good night. Made a few units on that. If the reverse puck line would have hit, that would have been awesome. But yeah, now we got tonight to talk about. We got 3 games across the NHL, and I got a couple plays circled throughout tonight. And we'll kick things off with probably the game I don't have a play in, and that's Toronto and Philadelphia. Leafs minus 130, Flyers plus 110, over under 6, shaded under. I like the under, right? I mean, Campbell's back in that. But I mean, the Leafs are scoring now. I mean, I feel like these Flyers games, they're going to start going over at some point. They've been all unders for so long. And I mean, Tavares, Matthews, they started scoring. I've gone on these Leafs unders here a couple times. And I mean, now that Matthews is heating up, there's some close calls. I'm just going to sit back and watch this one because the Leafs, I want to miss the playoffs, and the Flyers, I have to win the Metro. So go Flyers.
Totally fair enough. Yeah. I tried picking a side, but yeah, I can't, and you'll see why. Well, I'll explain the 2 bets I have on this game. I did not pick a side. I did not pick a total because I really don't know where this game's gonna go. But it's just a feeling of 2 correct scores, and one of each is a different team winning. I feel like if the Flyers win, they're gonna win 4-3. I don't know why. It's just a feeling. They're gonna have to. It's like you said. Leafs have been scoring. They've been pretty hot. Campbell is in net, but like they're not home, so that's an advantage towards the Flyers. Carter Hart's numbers at home compared to away are definitely a lot better as well. So I lean Flyers, but I'm not going to pick them because I also have a correct score for the Leafs to win 4-2. I don't know. I just picked 2 with very little money on each. I don't have a side here, so I thought I would throw out those. Let's see. Not scored as much lately. Yeah, understandable. I mean,
but yeah, no, they haven't been scoring as much lately. But I mean, they've been winning games. Carter Hart second. We're third in the league in expected goals above saved or whatever the hell that stat's called.
Yeah,
Do I
thought
think the line
6.5.
might move to 6.5? I don't know, because we haven't really seen too many of those in Leafs games. When we saw 6.5, it got hammered down to 5.5.
Yeah, I Leafs 6.5s would never hit. I swear they put him up there because they think this overpowered Leafs offense, and then nothing happens and they win the game 2-1. But I won't. I have no play on this one. I had too little shots in the dark and correct scores. I have a few props I'll talk about at the end, but
All right. So that was Toronto and Philadelphia. Now Nashville and Dallas. Dallas minus 160 at home. Nashville plus 135 on the road. Over under 5.5, shaded under. We don't really know what the goalie situation is going to be like in this one because Nashville plays tomorrow. I would expect maybe Saros and then Ingram will play tomorrow in St. Louis, but I don't know because St. Louis is obviously the better team.
yeah, that's definitely gonna be scary to put a bet on at the moment because if Saros isn't in net, that under wouldn't look too good. But if he's in net, I think this game's dead under. I mean, Philip Forsberg's out for Nashville tonight. I know that much, and I mean neither team can really score a ton. But I lean Dallas in this one just for I don't think Nashville has anything. Roman Yossi's their best player. And if they somehow make the playoffs, Yossi might take home the Norris because
Oh yeah,
he's
definitely.
been playing elite right now, and I mean but like I said, if Saros plays, I think it goes dead under. If Saros isn't in that, I'll definitely look to bet Dallas here. Probably in regulation because that line's too juiced to bet anything else. But betting in Dallas regulation is also scary because all their wins seem to get to overtime
And guess what? 5 of the last 8, they played 8 times last year. 5 of those 8 went to overtime.
against Nashville.
Yep.
Yeah.
And if Saros is in that, I kind of like overtime, and I think the Preds are going to get it done in overtime. They already had a couple games without Forsberg. They knew what they saw against Chicago. They ended up with the forward back on defense when that goal happened. Johansson was caught back. I like Nashville if Saros is in that. I'll take a shot at Nashville plus 135. They've owned 4 out of the last 5. Even though they went to overtime, they've taken care of business in all of those. I like Nashville if Saros is in that. And I'll also sprinkle on the draw. Because, I believe I think it was Andrew McKinnis who tweeted it out. I'm sure the stat continues on here, and Dallas lost to Vancouver, so I wouldn't even include it in that game. They've been tied in more than 50, 60% of their games. Or time-wise, 50, 60% of game clock, they've been tied the whole season.
Yeah, Dallas will be down 3-1 or 4-2 with going into the third, and next thing you know, it's a tie game. Like it was nothing. Right away, I'm like, and then if you're the team betting against Dallas, you're like, what just happened? Just everything seemed to fall apart.
Yeah,
But
okay, so Predators 1-0 OT win, 3-2 shootout win, Stars 4-1 win in regulation, Nashville 3-2 in an OT, 4-3 in a shootout, 4-3 in a shootout. Crazy, right? They've
that's
gotten
pretty
it done
wild.
past 60 minutes every single time.
But we'll see who's in that. If it's
Yeah, I'm not gonna post anything on this game if Ingram's in that.
yeah, if Ingram's in that, I'm going to no, I wouldn't take Dallas alone, but yeah, no,
Parlay Dallas and Minnesota. I
I
can't
was
pay minus
thinking
145 on Dallas right now. Yeah, I'm definitely not, and I wouldn't pay that. Nashville was kind of priced not that juice, but they were kind of like that earlier in the year. I was like, fuck that, not with that team. But at near plus
no,
140, I'll take a shot if Saros is in that. Saros steals games.
Dallas and the Wild for sure. That I had a parlay. It was Dallas Wild and then the alternate over 5 for
There's
the Leafs.
probably a boost, probably Wild Stars and Leafs
No, it
all
was
win. No,
Leafs. It was Leafs and Stars to win.
crazy. Surprised they didn't put the Wild in there. Yeah, they've locked it down a lot. Oh,
Yeah.
4 goals. Oh, wait, no, you said per game. I read that wrong. Wait. Yeah, I was going to say that Vancouver game was bad. But the Calgary game, I don't know. That Calgary game was bizarre, if you ask me. I don't know. The way that, because they had 2 goals within like a minute of each other, but it was in different periods.
I don't know.
And then, of
I
course,
haven't
when
been looking
Calgary
over.
goes down, you always say they score 2. So
Yeah. Fortunately, it didn't happen yesterday, but yesterday was also worse.
Okay, here's the other thing. If Holtby starts, he has the worst numbers ever against Nashville that he does against any team in the NHL.
I don't know, man.
He's got over a 4 goals against average against him.
I just can't overlook this Dallas team. I don't know. Every time we come with a Dallas game, you fade them, and I'm just like, I don't see it happening. And then they go to overtime and win. So
it's only the last 2 that it's happened. I'm fine otherwise.
yeah,
Recent
exactly.
history.
But it's not like you've been fading them every game this entire season. I would just last 2.
I did a couple games early on. Yeah.
Either way, I lean Dallas here, but not with that price. I have, I like the under 5 for sure. If Saros isn't that, if it's Ingram, I'm gonna be cashing out of that bet because I'm not trusting anything then. But my correct score prediction, I just did a lot of correct score predictions today because I was like, don't really have a complete side. Not this Wild game. Wild game's pretty self-explanatory, but these other 2 games. So I bet Dallas to win 3-1. We'll see how that goes. Whatever happens.
What were the odds on that?
Plus 1,400. So I just like to throw a few bucks on it, make a lot of bucks for throwing down, $2-3, turning that into $35-40.
Yeah, I like it. So if the Stars get it done, it probably would be in regulation, I think. I don't know. Just the way these teams trend in overtime. I don't think it gets to overtime at all if Saros isn't in that.
Yeah.
Exactly. But again, I'll bet on this game if it's probably Saros versus Holtby. That's the goaltending matchup I'm looking for. And if that's the goaltending matchup, I'll definitely hammer Nashville and then a small little nibble on the regulation draw. So Nashville, Dallas in the books. What's up? Why do I feel like it's a trap game?
What do you mean trap game towards Nashville?
Or Dallas?
What do you mean? Well, no one's betting Dallas at that price, so it has to be a trap game to bet Nashville. Like, why would Nashville?
Yeah, well, I'll throw that out the fucking window because I just nailed it with LA yesterday. Trap game, my ass.
Like they're tempting us to take exactly. That's my look at
it.
I don't know.
I took it yesterday with LA. Y'all can suck my dick.
Yeah, I totally. I can see that because I don't think this price. It should be a pick 'em price. I mean, maybe there should,
but
maybe Ingram isn't.
You think the back-to-back's the factor?
Yeah, I think the books are thinking
because every single game, these have, like every team that plays a back-to-back, the odds have been fucked up. I've noticed every single time. Because
if Saros gets put in net, then I think this price drops greatly back down to like minus 120, plus 110. Like, I don't know. Maybe they know that Ingram's in net. Not know, but like assume.
Yeah, right. All right, last game to talk about here on the schedule, Minnesota and Arizona. Minnesota minus 210. Arizona plus 175. Over under 5.5. Shaded over. Now, wow, I just opened Twitter and saw a poor friend of mine go 0-11. I'm so sorry. I know. I'm going to look at Minnesota in regulation here. I looked at the puck line, but they've yet to cover the puck line as a favorite, so I'm going to just pass on that. But I think that if anything's going to happen, they'll win it in regulation and just like miss the empty net a ton. So minus 125 Wild in regulation. You would think that they'll blow them out, right? I mean, they've won. Our friend Terry's talked about how they've won I think their last 5 meetings out there by 3 or more goals each time. So I mean, like I could totally see that happening, but at the same time, it's like these Yotes games all of a sudden have been super low scoring and stupid for no reason.
Yeah, I hear you on that.
And plus, I'm assuming we're gonna get Cocken in that, even though it won't matter. But yeah.
Yeah,
because Talbot will play tomorrow in Vegas.
Yeah, I like both goalies there. That one has been greatly better than the other. I got yeah, big money on the Wild in regulation. I don't know if you can go wrong. Hopefully they don't play like they've been playing, where they're down and come tight, go in overtime and win. But
Literally, that.
yeah, I got that regulation bet minus 125. Seems like a fair price.
Yeah, I thought it was.
I want have a lean again or for the first period over, just for the fact that Minnesota has not scored the first
I'm
goal
telling
like
you
20
this
times.
right now too. If Arizona scored, look at all their games. Every single time they scored in the effing first period, it's been Clayton Keller. Every single time.
Really?
I promise you. You look through every single one of their games. Maybe besides one, the first goal is scored by Clayton Keller.
Well, there's
It's kind of
some
interesting.
boost.
Maybe he's worth the first goal bet.
I'm gonna look at this. Dude. Yeah, no, that's player props. We'll get there. All right, yeah. Minnesota regulation. Don't
I
gotta think
thought
much
doing
about it.
Minnesota -1 get it closer to even money, but I was like, nah, just take the regulation.
True.
AZ is first in penalty minutes led
Yeah.
for Minnesota power play over 5.5. Who's also right behind him in penalty minutes. I'm going to tell you right now, Minnesota's not. If Minnesota's 5 spots past him, I'd be surprised. Because in a group chat with like Melissa, Terry, we're always poor Terry. I mean, Wild can't seem to stay out of the box. That's the problem with them not being able to cover the puck line, if you ask me. Just because they're spending too much time on special teams.
Yeah, I like this first period over.
I thought about it. I wanted to take Minnesota first period. Like, no, every time I fade Arizona in the first period, Clayton fucking Keller scores.
I'm gonna be taking this first period over. I thought it, and then I'm gonna stick with it.
Gotcha. Here, hang on. I'm pulling up these team stats real quick because I'm curious where Minnesota's ranked.
Minnesota is 7th.
I know they're right over there.
7th.
Minnesota 7th? Okay. That makes sense. It's fair.
Yeah,
they were like right
so
there not too long ago.
6 spots off.
Yep. Right.
Tough. Bet loses. All right.
Oh, Arizona's third worst penalty kill. Oh, penalty minutes. My bad.
My bad.
174. Yeah. Well, Minnesota probably got some fights in there, I'm assuming. I'm sure that makes a difference.
All right.
You got any props? I kind of got a slow day on props.
Yeah. So, like I said for this Dallas game, I'm hoping that it does be 3-1, that Yossi's part of that point there. But Roman Yossi's, he's been elite for them. So with Philip Forsberg out being there, I would say their best goal scorer probably. So Yossi's gonna have to step up even more. I think we get a point tonight.
Duchesne,
true, but he owns the Hawks. I don't know.
Duchesne's been playing well as of late. I guess that was when Forsberg was there.
But yeah, I'm looking towards a Roman Yossi point prop. I think it's plus. What did I get it at? Plus.
Should be plus money in a game like this.
Oh, minus 104.
That's still good. Who cares?
Yeah.
Around even money.
Threw a little money on it.
It's better than an Ekblad prop.
Right. AJS, what's up, dude?
What's going on? Hope you're doing well. Thanks for hopping in the chat here with us.
We're getting closed up here with this 3-game slate. Not much else to talk about, but
right.
I got the Roman Yossi point prop. I like Cam Atkinson point prop. It's at plus 110. I want to pick him to score, but he hasn't been scoring. But he's still been getting on the assist board. So I mean, whether he scores or assists, it's plus 110. So I like that there. And then my last one is probably I'm looking up a stat right now, but I believe it's going to be Matt Dumba. Yeah. Matt Dumba's plus 116 to get a point here. And they should score a lot of goals tonight. He's been playing very, very well. So I'm gonna stick with him. Yep, Wild for you. Yep. Can't go wrong. Wild in regulation. Not much else to say with that one. I don't know if we're gonna be fighting over a best bet here tonight, but what did you put a bet on the Wild yet?
Yeah, I mean, for the show, that'll probably be my best bets. I'm not confirming anything until goalies are announced on Nashville, Dallas. So, I mean, it's kind of a tough situation. I am going to do a fun one, though. Let's just do Clayton Keller first goal score, just because I had that weird feeling and I noticed that little stupid trend.
Yeah, stick with those. Can't go wrong with stuff like that. I am missing a bet.
Except I wouldn't be surprised, too, if the Yotes get shut out.
True. Yeah. Other than that, like I said, oh yeah, well, I'm gonna stick with that parlay we talked about. If Ingram is in net, I'm gonna be parlaying Dallas and Minnesota.
Yeah, I'm not gonna touch Nashville if Ingram's in that.
Regular lines there. I said I added that first period over for the Wild and the Yotes. I talked about that one. Yeah. I don't got any more props, just those 3-point props. And
what's Duchesne's odds? I don't have it pulled up in front of me for half a point. So if it's like minus 130 or something,
well, they don't have it on DraftKings, but
I know,
for some reason
I
FanDuel actually does, which is surprising because they never have point props. At Duchesne point plus 104.
Okay.
Tight.
So it'll be worth probably betting on DraftKings. All right, so maybe Duchesne. Keller first goal just for shits and gigs.
I'm also going to add in Roman UFC power play point plus 245. If they're going to get a point, there's a good chance that it's on the power play there. So to get that little extra boost, take that. All right. Looks like our best bets might be the same bet here because I have not a single bet on any other game.
I'll just say it's the Wild in regulation on here, but you know what? I might switch it to some. The draw sounds really enticing in that Nashville-Dallas game. I'll just keep it Minnesota for now because nothing's confirmed in that other game.
Yeah, we don't have much options.
Literally.
I mean, it's not even a bad bet. At minus 125, I think it's minus 135 now, but
hey, I mean, we took the bait on Kraken plus 110.
When
the Yotes got their first win.
Oh no, but we said the Yotes would win. Remember we were like,
no, I took Kraken in regulation that night.
Oh, you did, yeah, but we're literally on PlayStation and Jake's like, oh, like Seattle, and we're like, yes, if there's a game that the Yotes are gonna win, it's gonna be tomorrow. And then next thing you know, the Yotes win, and you bet it. I don't know why.
No, it's because when we realized they had Wedgwood, we thought it was gonna be that other guy. But like, no, they acquired Wedgwood off of waivers, and I was like, oh shit.
I thought we were on the same page there. I was like, you bet that. Yeah, I do remember.
No, because I was under the impression that Provetsov or whatever his name is was in that.
Gotcha. All right. I think that's a
wrap on the show. We ain't got DFS today on a 3-game slate. I don't know. Maybe do a showdown for Toronto, Philly, do something for that game, but nah. So thanks everybody for.
Go Bulls tonight though. That's for sure.
Yeah, got a big win against the Mavericks.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good game for sure. You guys consider doing it?
Dude, I've thought about it so much. Like, I really have, right? But then I'm thinking to myself, like, as soon as I do this, everything like that I've said was gonna happen, like, it'll all balance out, and then I'll look like an even bigger idiot. Like, I don't know. I'm slowly starting to go off of just last 5 games, and then off a loss, and then like home road record. Like, I don't know, like in totals on the home and road. Small sample size with everything still. I feel like when January comes around, it'll be.
Yeah. I don't know. I totally don't go based off. I go based off literally my own look. I don't look at other huge long stats. I don't know. It's just the way I am, but whatever.
Yeah, so thanks everybody for tuning in. J Stone, AJS, catching us live. We appreciate that. If you watch this as a video later on, be sure to give us a like, subscribe to the channel, follow us on Twitter at Royal Bettors, at Jaric_rubel11, at Jake Elder 19. We will be live with you again tomorrow to break down a massive Thursday card in the NHL. And I'm pissed that the I was looking around DraftKings. They don't have period totals out, but some days they have them 2 days in advance, and still like a day in advance they don't have them. And I'm like, I want the
Yeah.
first period under in Calgary, Montreal, and Islanders Devils, and it's just not there.
Yeah, it was definitely a weird one. I saw that. Like DraftKings has so much stuff up right now, like point props, assist props, power play points, like all this stuff. I'm like, this ain't normal for FanDuel. But yeah, it's the Stars' first
Literally.
home game after a long road trip. I'm all in on the Stars. I don't know.
How does that fare? That's normally a trap game. Always a trap game.
Nah,
That's when I first started
I've
watching
been
hockey.
looking
Pat
at
and
it.
Eddie would always tell me first game after a big road trip's always the big trap game. We saw that with
We-
San Jose against Montreal. We're like, oh, Montreal can't win there. Big trap game. San Jose didn't even score.
I don't know. We'll see. All right.
All right.
Go
Thanks for
Wild.
watching, everybody. Yeah, go
Not much
Wild.
else to
Go
say.
Flyers, even though we didn't bet them.
Yeah, go Flyers. Like Carter Hart, shut up. Here we come.
Right. All right, everybody. See you tomorrow. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.
Take care.